Good afternoon, Joyful Geniuses. Andrew Horder here, founder of Joyful Genius Coaching. I've been spending the last decade and a half helping people like you, really, coaches, consultants, solo practitioners, to love what you do for a living, make a great living doing what you love. And this week, I realised that it's been a long time since I had a bit of a rant, so it's time for me to do a bit of myth busting. There's a number of things that people say in the personal development, the wealth development, the consciousness worlds that, as far as I'm concerned, they're just plain wrong. I'm not saying they're 100% wrong, but they need a little bit of context. So let me just go through a few of them today to just give you a little bit of finesse in how you approach loving what you do for a living. And the first one is that the old chestnut: love what you do and the money will come. It is true that if you love what you do, the money is going to flow to you much more easily. But it's not just do what you love and the money will come. It's do what you love, find the people who love you doing it, wrap a business model around it that suits you and suits your audience, and suits how they want to consume your genius. And then, yes, the money will come more easily. Or at least there'll be less of a struggle to get the money coming in. But just doing what you love, sorry, that don't cut it. It's an important part of loving what you do for a living, but it's not the be all and end all. It doesn't, it's if you like, it's necessary but not sufficient. There's another one. Just be yourself. Yeah, right. Yes, you do want to be authentic. You don't want to be twisting yourself into someone you're not in order to try and please a bunch of people you probably don't much like anyway, because frankly, if you've got to pretend to be somebody different in order to please them, they're probably not your tribe. So it's a fool's errand, that one. Guaranteed to make your business life not a lot of fun. But you do need to make an effort to find the people who will love you in your authentic being, in your total being. And that takes a bit of planning. It doesn't just happen. And that's where we're talking about being pragmatic. You know, all of this really, my rants are all about the need to balance the passion of doing what you love with the pragmatism of delivering it in a way that allows you to get paid without too much stress and striving. So, yes, be yourself, but it's not just be yourself. There's a whole lot more to it than that. How about this one? Actually makes me quite annoyed when I hear it. Yeah, me, I get annoyed. Yes, I do get annoyed. Anybody who knows me knows I do get annoyed about stuff. And sometimes I allow stuff to irritate me, wind me up a little bit too much. But this one, it just annoys me because it's pushing so many people on the wrong track. And this one is JOB equals just over broke. Now, it's a lovely little acronym, and I love acronyms. And it is a nice little wake-up call for people who are bobbling along in a job that they're not really very happy in, and they're never going to get properly wealthy by, and wealthy in its richest term, meaning I don't mean just money. They're never going to achieve that in a job that they don't really enjoy, that isn't allowing them to bring their whole genius to the party, etc., etc. Yeah, so JOB equals just over broke. I hate that because that demonises employment. And for a lot of people, employment is the right way to earn money. It's the right way to bring your genius to the world. Not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can cope with the uncertainty of not having a regular paycheck coming in. So JOB doesn't necessarily mean just over broke. It might mean judicious opportunity to breathe. Yeah, I know it's a bit Slightly Ponzi language, but you know, it gives you some breathing space. You know there's something different you want to be doing. There's this job that you can do that someone will pay you regular money for. And you can use the money that you're earning in that job as the resource to develop you, your being, who you really are at your core, your passion or your purpose, and your business that's based around that passion and purpose. All of which you can't do if you've not got any money coming in. If you're constantly worrying about how you're going to pay the rent, how you're going to pay the bills, how you're going to feed the family, you will not be able to be at your best. You need to make sure that you're getting paid. And it is about making sure that you're getting paid properly for the work that you're doing. It's not about doing work just for the hell of it. And that this is the, if you like, the last of the myths that I love to bust. And that is, you got to pay the bills. It is absolutely true, you do have to pay the bills, but that is not an excuse for doing work that you're not enjoying and you're not good at. Way too many people do work that they're not enjoying and they're not good at, and they use, I've got to pay the bills, as their excuse. Now there's a theory in behavioural science called enjoyment performance theory. And enjoyment performance theory says, basically we do better when we're enjoying ourselves. We do far better work when we're enjoying ourselves. And there's a logic to it. If you're turning up to a job you're not enjoying, you are not going to be doing as good work as you would be doing if you enjoyed it. So there's two things you want to be doing there. Figure out, is there a way that I can enjoy this work? And secondly is, what can I do? What work would I rather be doing? And start to make plans to achieve that. Yeah, paying the bills is essential, but doing work just to pay the bills is damaging to you, it's damaging to the people you're working for, and it's damaging to the people you're working with. Damaging to the world, really. There's a story about, I think it was Leonard Cohen. Nick Williams tells this story, one of my mentors, that early on in his career, he was asked, what he wanted to do, what he set out to achieve in his career. And he said, I didn't really know, but I just knew that I never wanted to work for pay, but I did want to get paid for my work. And I absolutely buy into that. I hate working for pay. I hate it when people feel they have to work for pay. But I also hate it when geniuses, people with a bit of a gift, think it's they've been given this gift and therefore they shouldn't get properly paid for it because they're caring type people and they should be giving it away for free. No. You need to get paid for your work because that's how you get to carry on doing your work, and that's how you get to be the best you that you can be and help all those people that you're on the planet to help. Sorry, rant over. But seriously, you got to get paid, but don't ever be working just for the pay, please. I know all that can sound a bit confusing. There's a lot of myths there that I busted that I don't agree with. Now, if you want to have a conversation with me about that, let's do that. Or if you want a little bit of guidance on how do I help people to get less confused about getting paid and enjoying your work, both at the same time. I've got a video that is all about, it's basically for people who've lost their mojo, who are feeling like there's got to be something better than this. Work is a bit of a bleh, and I want to make my work better. I'm not sure how to go about it. It's the link is www.joyful-genius.com/mojo, M-O-J-O. I'll put a link down in the comments down below in a minute. And at the end of that, it invites you to book on a call with me, a quick 15-minute call, 20-minute call. And what I actually do is I block 45 minutes in my diary because we might get into something fascinating. But initially, we're both committing to 15 minutes to see what it is that you can do to enjoy your work more. And I'd love to be talking to some of you on a call like that soon. I think that's me for this week. Until next week, keep up the great work. See you next week.